When an interviewer asks, "What are your strengths?" what do they actually want to hear? Do they want you to say, "I'm hardworking, I'm honest, I'm a team player," or "I'm a quick learner"? These answers sound positive, but almost anyone can say them. So what makes an interviewer think, this person could actually be good for this job? The answer isn't a longer list of strengths. It's showing the interviewer what you bring, where you've demonstrated it, and why it matters to the role. And there's a simple, reliable formula to structure that answer every single time. Here's the quick fix you can use immediately. Don't just tell the interviewer what you're good at. Tell them 3 specific things. Your strength, your proof, and the value it created. Think strength, proof, value. For example, don't just say, "I'm hardworking." Say, "One of my strengths is taking ownership of my work. In my previous role, we had a tight deadline, so I prioritized the most important tasks and kept my team updated. We completed the project on time." Now, the interviewer hears more than a personality trait. They hear how you work. That is much more useful. So, why do so many smart candidates give weak answers? Because they answer the question entirely from their own perspective. They're thinking, what sounds good about me? So they say, "I'm hardworking, I'm passionate, I'm dedicated, I'm a people person." But the interviewer is evaluating something completely different. They're trying to understand whether your strengths are relevant to the position, whether you have self-awareness, and whether you can back up your claims with evidence. They're asking themselves, how will this person perform in this specific role? Can they solve our problems? And do they have proof for what they're claiming? This isn't an interview answer problem. It's a relevance problem. You're trying to prove you're a good person. The interviewer needs to know why you're the right fit for this job. So instead of asking, "What sounds impressive?" ask, "What does this job need? And when have I demonstrated that?" That's the fundamental shift. Let's make this practical. Imagine you're applying for a customer service position. The role requires communication, patience, problem solving, and de-escalation. You could say, "I'm hardworking and I'm a good team player." Nothing is wrong with that, but it tells the interviewer almost nothing about how you'll perform on the job. Instead, choose a strength that connects directly to the role. For example, "One of my strengths is staying calm when dealing with difficult situations." That's relevant. Now give the proof. "In my previous customer service role, I often handled complaints from frustrated customers. I learned to listen first, clarify the problem, and focus on finding a solution." Now give the value. "That helped me resolve issues without escalating them, while keeping the customer relationship positive." Listen to that difference. You're no longer claiming you're good with customers. You're showing what good customer service looks like when you do it. Let's compare the 2 styles side by side. Don't say this, "I'm a hard worker, I'm very responsible, and I'm a team player. I always give 100%. It's positive, but it's completely generic. There is zero evidence. Now listen to this. Say this, "One of my strengths is taking ownership. In my previous role, we had a project with a very short deadline. I organized my priorities, coordinated with the team, and made sure the key tasks were completed on time. We delivered the project before the deadline, and my manager trusted me with similar projects afterward." Now the interviewer has concrete facts to evaluate. Strength, I take ownership. Proof, I organized my priorities and coordinated with the team. Value, we delivered on time. And I earned more responsibility. That's the formula. Strength, proof, value. Notice that your proof doesn't need to be dramatic. It just needs to be real and specific. Don't pick your strengths randomly. Look at the job description. What does the company actually need? If the role requires solving client issues, choose problem solving. If the role involves cross-functional work, choose communication or collaboration.
If the role involves shifting priorities, choose adaptability. If the role requires managing multiple deadlines, choose prioritization or organization. If the role requires working independently, choose ownership. Here's the rule. Don't simply parrot the job posting. If the description asks for a team player, don't blindly repeat, "My greatest strength is teamwork." Ask yourself, do I genuinely have that strength, and what concrete story proves it? Look for the exact overlap between what you are genuinely good at and what the job specifically needs. That is your strongest ground. Here's another trap candidates fall into: choosing strengths that are too broad. Saying, "I'm good with people," is meaningless. Are you skilled at conflict resolution, client relationship building, team communication, negotiation? Be precise. Instead of, "I'm good with people," try, "One of my strengths is building strong relationships with clients." Instead of, "I'm a good communicator," try, "One of my strengths is explaining complex technical information clearly to customers." Specific language makes your professional capability instantly clear. Don't try to sound impressive. Aim to sound specific. Let's practice this aloud together right now. Imagine you're applying for an office position where organizational skill is critical. Don't just say, "I'm organized." Build the full response step by step. Start with the strength. "One of my strengths is organization." Now add the proof. "In my previous role, I managed several tasks simultaneously, so I built a simple priority system to track deadlines weekly." Now add the value. "That helped me stay on schedule and ensured important tasks were never missed." Now put the complete sentence together. "One of my strengths is organization. In my previous role, I managed several tasks simultaneously, so I built a simple priority system to track deadlines weekly. That helped me stay on schedule and ensured important tasks were never missed." Your turn. Choose one strength you genuinely possess: communication, problem solving, adaptability, or attention to detail. "One of my strengths is..." Now state your proof with a real example. Now explain the value it delivered. Excellent. You don't need complex vocabulary, you just need a disciplined structure. Let's look at the full transformation once more. Before, "I'm hardworking, responsible, and a team player. I always give my best." Positive? Yes. Specific? No. Supported by evidence? No. After, "One of my strengths is taking ownership. In my previous role, we had a tight project deadline, so I organized the priorities, coordinated with the team, and made sure key tasks were completed on time. We delivered the project successfully, and I was later assigned to lead similar initiatives." The interviewer now clearly sees what you bring, how you execute, and what results you achieve, and why your skill directly benefits their team. Before your next interview, stop trying to memorize 10 impressive adjectives. Open the job description, choose one or two strengths that directly align with the role, and map them out using strength, proof, value. Practice saying them aloud until they feel natural. When an interviewer asks, "What are your strengths?" don't just tell them you work hard. Show them how you work. Demonstrate what you achieve and prove why it matters.